Hey, it's Zane. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great day. I've had a pretty busy day, but I wanted to get this video out before it gets dark here. And specifically, I want to talk about what I believe is the greatest risk to Bitcoin. And this is going to be a fairly short message today, but this is an important one because the greatest threat to Bitcoin is probably not what you might think. And I want to unpack this for you over the next few minutes. But, interestingly enough, over the years, Bitcoin has overcome pretty much every imaginable threat. Government overreach, regulation, uh, you know, hacks, bans, quantum fears, all these things that we hear about for Bitcoin, and even people who really cheering on its demise. There's so many things over the years that Bitcoin has had to contend with, and yet every single day it just trudges on. TikTok, next block, every 10 minutes becomes more decentralized, more secure. And this is where we are now. We're at a phase now where Bitcoin cannot be stopped. And I would argue that on a risk adjusted basis, this is the best time in history to be getting into Bitcoin because the future now is clearer than it's ever been. We have institutional money here now that are coming for the Bitcoin. And if you hold Bitcoin, they're going to do everything that they can to seduce you out of your Bitcoin. The US government, nation states are realizing that as time goes on, they're going to want to settle in an incorruptible form of money that no single entity controls. And this is the new era we're moving into now. Decentralized wealth, decentralized money. And if you want to be a part of this revolution, this great wealth transfer, you really only have a limited opportunity, I believe, to stake your claim in a meaningful way, because this window, it's not going to last forever. And the reason for that is because Bitcoin, it's not a limitless asset. It is a finite asset. The first time in history that we have ever had an asset, a monetary instrument that is not just scarce, it is absolutely scarce. A hard cap, 21 million. We know exactly how much is there in circulation right now. About 95% of it is already out there. And we know how much is coming. And we know how much is in the hands of different entities around the world. And thankfully, still around 70 to 75% of all the Bitcoin that's out there is still in the hands of individuals. But like I said, this is going to change because these institutions with very, very, very deep pockets, they're going to do all that they can to try to seduce you out of your Bitcoin. And this is the thing that you want to be very careful of, that you don't fall for, because the thing to realize is that mindset is going to play such a crucial role in all of this, because what's happening now is people are moving from centralized, controlled assets that are under threat, and they're rotating their capital over to the other side of the fence into a completely decentralized monetary system that cannot be controlled. So when you move into Bitcoin, what you're doing is you're essentially turning controlled, centralized money into decentralized value. Global, peer-to-peer, permissionless, portable value that cannot be stopped, that cannot be controlled. So not only are you protecting your financial life and your money, but you're also protecting and preserving your freedom and your autonomy when you do that. And so mindset shift number one is to realize that once you go through the hard work of transferring centralized money, centralized capital into decentralized, secure capital that cannot be seized, confiscated, corrupted, or controlled, why on earth would you ever consider selling back into the centralized system? Okay, it makes no sense whatsoever. Now, this is a mindset. This is a mindset. It's taken me years to get to this point. These are the conversations I have with people pretty much every single week now. It's not strategy that holds people back, it's mindset that holds people back. This is the thing that requires the most time, clarity, conviction, and a very, very clear understanding of the value of the asset that you hold, particularly during this great wealth transfer, this great global monetary reset that we're in right now. So Bitcoin is not a trade, Bitcoin is a revolution. Once you exit the system, you're not going back. You're not going back. It's not a trade, it's a revolution. You're not trading dollars into Bitcoin and then Bitcoin back into dollars. Okay? You're moving into a decentralized, global, peer-to-peer monetary free market. Mindset shift. So you're moving from trading to ownership. Not just ownership, absolute ownership. When you hold Bitcoin, you don't just have a paper claim on that asset, you actually own and control that asset. That is why Bitcoin is often referred to as the ultimate bearer asset. He or she who controls the keys controls the asset and can move it anywhere at any time. This is why Bitcoin, forget about trying to put it in your will. Forget about trying to put it in a trust. Forget about trying to discuss it with your accountant or your financial planner. You're absolutely wasting your time. Bitcoin is the ultimate bearer asset. Do not conflate a decentralized asset with a centralized structure. The only case to do that, of course, is in self-managed superannuation, because for as long as you're playing by the rules, you have to do things in a certain way when it comes to that. Okay? That is a different conversation. But everything else, once you're in decentralized positions, you really want to stay there. So Bitcoin is a discipline. You need to zoom out, maintain your future focus, and you need to quieten the noise. It's so important to realize that there are going to be so many distractions, so much noise that you're going to have to contend with in your Bitcoin journey. And all of those messages that you tune into or that you're subjected to, they're going to attempt to question your conviction. They're going to attempt to shake you out of your Bitcoin. And so it's going to be up to you to continue to reinforce the messaging for yourself to ensure that you stay the course. And this is why I never look at short-term price movements in Bitcoin. It's the quickest way to lose sight of the bigger picture, to be paying attention to short-term price movements every single day. So if you're here for the long haul and you want to benefit from Bitcoin's ultimate promises, then you have to make sure that you're focused on the future and quieten the noise. So focus on the big picture. As Bitcoin gets stronger, so too should your conviction. And the last point I want to make today is that Bitcoin restores hope. When you understand Bitcoin, you realize that all of a sudden now you're able to sit back, relax, plan, get off the hamster wheel of life, which so many people are on right now, hustling, just trying to make ends meet. They're trying to function as quickly as they possibly can, because no matter how hard they work, no matter how much they grow their business, every single year they need to keep growing and keep earning more just to keep pace and to keep up and to keep maintaining the same standard of living that they did the previous year. And there comes a point where that system eventually breaks. And unfortunately, the system that we're in is a system called a debt-based system that is designed that way to keep people basically attached to the system, and Bitcoin is the solution. It's the opt-out. It's the opportunity to start protecting and preserving your time and your energy to reclaim the future. But unless you take action, unless you opt out, unless you continue to learn and grow and continue to allocate to this, and unless you continue to optimize your self-custody setup so that your wealth is not only growing but it's also protected, then you're not going to benefit from everything that Bitcoin is here to offer you. So I'm going to leave it there tonight before the sun fully drops and we're in the darkness here, but I just wanted to get that short message out about mindset. And more than anything, I want you to realize that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And if you have a 10 to 12 year time horizon and above, if you're looking to secure your retirement, if you're looking to set up a financial legacy for your family, if you're looking to meaningfully put your wealth into a position where you're in control of that, then you need to take Bitcoin really seriously, and you need to just keep working on your education, the level of study, and your mindset. And when you do that, then the future is going to continue to just open up for you and be brighter and brighter and brighter. So I'm going to leave it there today. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have a great night. This is Zane signing out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.